The Uptown Music Collective was founded in April of 2000 by musician and educator Dave Brumbaugh, a Berklee College of Music graduate and native of the Williamsport area. Upon graduating from Berklee, and after a 9-year stay in the Boston area where he spent his time composing and performing, he returned to the Williamsport area. After 10 years of performing, recording, and teaching music locally, Brumbaugh took the advice of friend Dr. Penny Austin and took over her former office at 445 Market Street above Joanna's Bakery. His intention was to create a place where musicians and students of music could gather together to study and practice the art of music. This early incarnation of the Uptown Music Collective offered private guitar lessons, classes in music theory, songwriting, and performance workshops in the style of rock, blues, and jazz. Brumbaugh personally taught all lessons, classes, and workshops. The Uptown Music Collective staged regular recitals in the local hotel ballrooms for parents and friends of the school's students. The word started to spread throughout the Williamsport area, and soon groups from the Uptown Music Collective were being asked to perform at events around town. As more of the community became aware of what was going on in the 3-room space above the bakery, it became apparent that more teachers were going to be needed to handle the growing number of students. In 2003, Dave Brumbaugh asked former student Scott Francis, who recently returned from living, teaching, and performing in the Virginia area, to become part of the steadily growing organization. Where Brumbaugh was an expert instructor and music director, Francis was an expert in music technology and its uses. Together, Brumbaugh and Francis began to take the collective, as it was becoming known, to a whole new level. Although the school's educational services were starting to make people take notice, it was the theatrical performance of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon that really put the school on the map. The concept came to Brumbaugh while listening to the groundbreaking recording and was fleshed out by a group of students who took the idea and ran with it. The highly acclaimed and well-attended show, which featured a 10-piece band plus singers and actors, was a revelation to Brumbaugh and Francis. It was promptly followed by the show A Tribute to Woodstock, 3 hours of peace and music, where students dressed the parts, built the stage, and added historical events that happened at Woodstock. Next was Tommy, a tribute to the music of The Who, which was based on the album, film, and play. Additional songs were added and liberties were taken theatrically. One of the most adventurous shows that the collective has done would have to be the Prog Rock Carnival. This was a tribute to progressive rock throughout the past 30 years. Students learn and perform these massive musical pieces, and the show was wrapped together by Dr. Frippenstein, played by Alex Kallenberger. These large production shows would become the centerpiece of the collective's performance program and keep the school in the public eye. Although the school continued to grow, the space at 445 Market Street did not. Recital rehearsals often required 40 students to cram themselves into 2 rooms as they waited their turn to rehearse their songs. It was apparent that something needed to be done soon.
In November of 2005, the Uptown Music Collective incorporated itself as a nonprofit in the state of Pennsylvania. Soon after, as often happens, a perfect situation appeared. Trinity Episcopal Church had a 14-room Victorian building that was about to become available, and they were looking for a nonprofit organization that might be interested in taking it over. It seemed too good to be true, but by February 2006, the school had moved to 848 West 4th Street and settled into the spacious new facility. With more space, it was time to bring in new teachers. Both Alex Kallenberger and Colin Beatty, long-term and active students of Dave's, were asked to come on as guitar teacher and bass teacher respectively. They joined the staff just in time for the Uptown Music Collective's 5th major performance, Pink Floyd's The Wall. Each major performance had been held in a gradually more appropriate venue. In the spring of 2006, the new executive director of the Community Arts Center, Rob Steele, invited the Uptown Music Collective to stage its next show on the Arts Center stage. This allowed the collective to present its largest production yet. The centerpiece of the show was a 9-foot-high, 30-foot-long wall made of white cardboard boxes, which was built during the course of the show and knocked down each night at the end. The Wall was the largest production, most complicated stage set, and most lucrative show up to that time. The performers received a standing ovation each night from an enthusiastic audience. Since its first performance there, the Uptown Music Collective has been encouraged by Rob Steele and his staff to call the stage of the Community Arts Center home.